Hello, thanks for being here. Before we start on our topic for today, I wanted to say that welcoming a new child into the world is a magical, life-changing experience. And that's just what has happened for my spider plant. So I want to say, if you're coming by the office, see all these little spider plant babies? If you want to, you can swing by and hack one off, and I can show you how to start it, and you can have your own glorious, voluptuous spider plant of your own, and they sleep through the night. Okay, here we go. We're starting this. Healthy eating can be a bit of a challenge when you don't have a lot of extra time or energy. You may not have time to grocery shop, let alone pack a lunch. And the quick and easy food places which are available to you if you work strange shifts might pose a challenge in terms of finding healthier choices. And I also understand that when you work a double and you barely have time for enjoyment other than sleeping, which isn't always a guarantee, your off time is supposed to be whatever you need to get back to baseline and do things for yourself. And that healing mentality conflicts with having to use restraint and what feels like denying yourself the simple pleasures of comfort food. In a previous video entitled Small Choices, Big Changes, I explained how a small difference in food choice can make a huge difference in your weight over time. So I thought I'd offer you some examples of these kinds of choices, which may be small enough for you to feel like you're not depriving yourself, but big enough to make a positive impact on your health. Now, if I could just pick one general guideline to suggest to either help you lose weight or maintain your healthy weight, it would be this. And this is what I do to maintain. Try to limit your carbs. I know you've heard that before. It's common for meals to look like 50% carbs, 25% protein, 25% vegetables. You know, like chicken, broccoli, ziti, for example. A bunch of pasta, some chicken, some broccoli. But ideally, the pasta should be the 25%, with the majority of what you eat being the chicken and the broccoli. Just a bit of pasta. If leaving noodles on the plate is going to leave you hungry, one great option would be to order it with extra chicken. If you don't really care about the pasta part of the dish, but you would struggle with not finishing everything on your plate, you could ask the server if you could substitute something for the pasta. Most restaurants would be fine omitting it in favor of a side salad, or even more broccoli in with the chicken and sauce. But overall, it's always a good idea to add more lean protein to whatever you're eating. You see, carbs, whether in the form of sugar, alcohol, or any of the grains, they very easily turn into sugar, which very easily gets stored as fat in your body. But protein, it's really hard for your body to turn protein into fat. And protein is way more filling than simple carbs. So, if you're going to grab a sandwich somewhere, instead of a turkey and a cheese on a sub roll, two great substitutions would be to choose a wrap instead of a roll to cut out some of the carbs, and order it with double meat to boost the protein. And things like tomatoes, onions, pickles, lettuce, people either like them or they don't. But if you do, adding veggies is a great way to add vitamins and filling fiber. French fries, baked potato, rice, and pasta are total carb monsters. Better choices would be grilled or roasted vegetables or a side salad. Are diet sodas healthy? No. But if you love soda, then at least try switching from sugary, empty calorie type to the diet version. Another idea. If you struggle with the idea of not finishing all the food on your plate, consider ordering an appetizer for your meal. That helps with portion control. And honestly, sometimes the apps are more interesting than the entrees. Ordering something that's not boring can give you more satisfaction with your meal. If you aim for foods with a lot of flavor, you won't miss the old standby comforts, such as fried breading. For example, you may not miss fried chicken if the alternative is cedar grilled lemon pepper chicken with citrus aioli dipping sauce. You might hate that, whatever, but you might like it. I know that fast food places are convenient and a local option, so I thought it might be helpful if I mentioned some of the healthier options you can find at some of the local places you might go to. So at Chick-fil-A, I realize it's a good one, but it's worth the drive. It's Chick-fil-A. Their healthiest choice is their grilled chicken cool wrap, just so you know. Your best bet at Chipotle is the burrito bowl, since you can tailor it exactly as you want, and there are so many options for high protein and tons of nutrition. You can do chicken, tofu, steak. You add black or pinto beans, brown rice, fajita veggies, fresh tomato salsa, guacamole, lettuce. That's a good pick. For a quick burger, Five Guys is a great choice. It's made out of actual meat. And there's no extra charge to load it with sauteed and fresh mushrooms, onions, peppers, pickles, so many things to make it fun and interesting. At KFC, your best option is to order the grilled chicken thighs or drumsticks. Their side dishes are all nutrition saboteurs. Like, for example, the coleslaw, it's a vegetable and has fiber, but a teeny half-cup serving has 12 grams of fat from the mayo. McDonald's even has upped its nutrition game by offering more customizable options as well as fruit and veggies. If you want a burger, try the Pico Guacamole 100% beef burger, which gives you a quarter-pound beef burger, which is an optimal portion, along with guacamole, pico de gallo, and lettuce. 29 grams of protein. Not too shabby. Panera is a good option in general, with a good variety of soup, salads, and sandwiches. And again, I'd say consider adding extra protein wherever you can. Extra chicken on your salad, extra turkey on your sandwich, something like that. At Taco Bell, you can order off the Fresca. Yeah, that's one. Fresco? One of those. You'll find it. It means fresh in Spanish. Menu for choices that are under 350 calories and fewer than 10 grams total fat, with less saturated fat than other menu items as well. These menu items swap out the cheese and the sour cream for pico de gallo, which helps you get some more produce and flavor for fewer calories. Fresco chicken or steak soft tacos are the best bets in terms of calories, saturated fat, and protein, and they're only 140 to 160 calories each. Wendy's. There are a bunch of nutritious options at Wendy's as long as you like chicken. The grilled chicken sandwich is served on a multigrain roll with tomatoes and spring mix. 35 grams of protein. Or you can try the Power Mediterranean chicken salad or the apple pecan, which I really like, chicken salad. Let's talk breakfast sandwiches for a minute. My recommendations, no matter where you go, are the same. Since we want high protein, add extra egg, and even, if you want, extra ham. If you opt for meat on your breakfast sandwich, it's a given that they'll all have a day's worth of sodium in them. But whatever about that for right now. Ham is the lowest fat meat you can add by far. And next, believe it or not, is bacon. And the most diabolical fatty fat meat mix is sausage. Yes, it's good and mysterious, but also just think of it as chewable lard. For dinner, I personally am a huge fan of dining out locally and supporting privately owned restaurants, but I'll give you some examples of things offered at local chain restaurants to give you an idea of the kinds of menu items you want to look for. Chili's has Guiltless Grill menu with balanced meals under 600 calories. Options include mango chili chicken served with Mexican rice and steamed broccoli, and the margarita chicken, which is like a burrito bowl. Olive Garden has a menu section called The Tastes of the Mediterranean. The 6 dishes featured on this menu range between 460 and 590 calories, which is great for dinner, and all have at least one serving of vegetables. The herb grilled salmon is prepared with garlic herb butter and served with Parmesan broccoli. Longhorn Steakhouse. You probably go here for steak, although the healthiest meal here is actually their salmon, and it really is quite good. If you do opt for steak, a filet is going to have way less fat than prime rib or ribeye, so maybe consider that cut instead. Whichever way you go, the healthiest side dishes are the steamed asparagus or char-grilled mixed vegetables. I hope this has given you a rough idea of guidelines to follow when you're trying to make good eating choices with limited time and without sacrificing flavor or enjoyment. Get after that protein and try to forego those carbs, sugar, and alcohol when you can. And try to get used to not eating eating for the day, but not eating within a few hours of when you go to sleep, because that's when your metabolism is at its slowest. And remember, this is a lifestyle change, not a crash diet. And although it will take a bit of time to see results, you will feel better and more energetic right away. And the results you do see will stick with you. Thank you for listening, and be well.